today, before we do anything, I just want to share with you about one thing, that is life is worship. Because I think that is the goal, ultimate goal of business as mission. And isn't it amazing that someone made the video, the exactly same kind of spirit that we had during the JBS, right? Amazing. So I searched the website and the organization. Actually, they have worked on these topics for 25 years, but they usually work with pastors, but not just focusing on the business, but all over the place. But right now it's important. Life is worship, because this is the ultimate goal of business as mission. I just want to remind you, John Pipe said, mission is not the ultimate goal of the church. Worship is. Mission exists because worship doesn't. You've heard about this, right? It's an amazing statement. So mission exists until everyone is worshiping God, right? Then mission is accomplished, right? But why we focus on business? Because at this time of history, business is the ultimate pattern of this world that defines our lives. We talked about this in the first week of JBS, how we are connected, how business drives and define and shape and reshape our lives. Right? The SMU is me. But who did you think of? But the end of the human history, at the end of the human history, God will give us a new city. This is very important. In Revelation chapter 21, there's a lot of stories about the end story. And it said, I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. The end of the history, there's a city coming down from heaven. And he says, a bride. When you say bride, what do you think? Bride means church, right? Interesting thing to me was, it's like big temple is coming down. He didn't see that. John didn't see that. If there is a church, then the church should come down, right? But city is coming down instead of church. So New Jerusalem, new city is coming down. It's not New Eden. If at the end of the history, if New Eden is coming down, then what's the message? You start from all over again, from the scratch. What you have done is useless, right? Start from all over again. But it's a city. City means a collection of lives, collective lives. Let's read more verse. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, now the dwelling of God is with them, and He will live with them. They will be His people, and God Himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. The question is this, in this new city, do you think there is a business in New Jerusalem? I don't know. But the thing is, the old order of things has passed away. So maybe two things. New patterns of collective life are waiting for us. Maybe not the current forms of business, right? Because there's no drinking and eating. So it's not like the business we're doing, but there's some kind of life, new patterns of life. will be there, right? And we live with God. There will be no tears, no pain, and no death. You know, in the current business world, there's always losers. Someone cannot catch up with the business, the speed of business. There's always people falling behind. Right? That's why we have so many problems in cities, right? But there's nothing like that anymore. And I kept reading the chapter, and I found that there will be a high and beautiful wall in New Jerusalem, which means there's boundary between inside and outside. Right? And there's 12 gates. Then my question is, where is our church? Where is our temple, right? He said, I did not see a temple in the city because the Lord God Almighty and the land are itself temple. Which means, it's very interesting. I was very excited because that means that the entire city is a church. In that new city, there's no boundary between holy places and unholy places. In Jerusalem, for example, there must be a temple, a holy place. And outside the temple is unholy, right? There's a strong divide between holy and unholy. But in New Jerusalem, there's no such division. And no division between religious and non-religious lives. And no division between life and worship. Our life itself will be worship. Wow. So what's the message? The business as mission, our life in business world. This kind of, we're kind of practicing as a citizen of New Jerusalem. We're practicing how to make our life, entire life, as a worship to God. How to break up the war between holy place and unholy place. How to make all things together as a whole living sacrifice to God. So I'm telling you, business as a mission will pass away. It's a temporary thing. But it is our practice to live our current lives in business world as worship to God. And it is our strategy to influence the lives of all people in this world to worship God. It will exist until all people in this world live their lives as worship. Business is mission, or life is worship. Business will be life, mission becomes worship as becomes peace. So it's sure thing. So, okay.